gotta confess, this whole lockdown is really driving me crazy. Luckily today we have a little bit of sun over here in our new city where we live, our new home. As you know, we just moved a week ago. We barely made it a day before the whole lockdown. But you know, we've been locked here. We went from one house to another one, and now here we're complete prisoners, if you will. Like most of the world is on standby. Really, the kids have been watching way too much TV, and you know, I try to do my work as well, and I've been very active with my new studio setup. I have a lot of inspiration. Nothing has really changed for me because I work from home and I'm just being logged for many years now. But now it's different because obviously there's this fear in the air. There's a lot of people who are really afraid, me included, I guess. You know, a lot of worry as well. My mother back in America lost her job, like many other Americans, and like many people around the world have lost their jobs overnight. And it's been something really stressful for most. And you know, I try to do my bit by creating more content, helping other musicians create music. And really now is the time to actually focus on your music. Now is the time to really start building your portfolio. I mean, music libraries are still open. They're still open for business. And I'm trying to really get out of this mindset of watching way too much news, watching too many numbers of the amount of people being infected by this virus, and the death and all of this. It could be very, unhealthy for your brain. And I was just going through my old books, and so this book by Robert Greene and 50 Cent called The 50th Law, which is really good. And inside is talking about Isaac Newton, and the story of how the plague raged through London and through Europe in general, and how he was studying in Cambridge, and the Cambridge eventually had to shut down because everybody was going away from London, and they were spreading the whole plague outside of London. And obviously what happened is that they had to shut down Cambridge, and all of these students had to like go into back home pretty much. And Newton, what he did is he went back home with a whole bunch of books, and pretty much spent the next 20 months studying and really focusing, hard concentration, because obviously there was a lot of isolation, and he had the time to actually study and go deeper into his studies. And basically in that time he created the mathematics, or modern mathematics, mechanics and optics. And the story goes is that, you know, nobody really knew back then that this person Newton had that brilliant mind, but it took this forced isolation and this forced concentration, if you will, for this person to come up with all of this brilliant genius, really. And genius comes from that, from really concentrating for a long periods of time and really focusing on something that is important to you. So, you know, I'm a really big fan of Robert Greene. His other book, Mastery, is pretty much down the same lines, and talking about what it takes to be a master of your craft, and how much time is required in order for you to really focus and really go deep in your craft, in your what you do. You know, that could be music, that could be doing videos, that could be doing anything really, to truly become a master. So I think that this is the right time for us musicians, composers, and content creators in general, because if you are a musician and you compose music, you are a content creator for royalty-free libraries or for music libraries, and in order for your music to be licensed. So this is the time to really go deeper and really focus on your music. And most importantly, if you are without a job or without an income, or you want to supplement your income, this is the right time to start building your portfolio. And you know, you need to build something on the side. You need to start building your portfolio. You need to start selling your music online if you're a musician or a composer. And if you're watching this, I'm assuming that you are a musician and you're interested in music licensing. You know, I have friends who do gigs, and gigs pretty much just dry out overnight. You know, DJs as well, they can't do it anymore. What they're doing is that they're doing a lot of live stream, and that's a good thing. That's my point. You have to be creative. How can you be more creative I just released a video yesterday of how to compose cinematic music in the style of Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross. Got really inspired by that, by different pedals I'm taking out and try to be very, very creative. And I'm going through this wave of inspiration, and he just released a free album, downloadable album, which is very cinematic, and I'm just loving it all the way. And I really try to go deeper into this new inspiration, if you will. I'm always looking for new ways of inspiration, something that I can just grab and be obsessed with it for a while. So I don't think this lockdown is gonna go away anytime soon. So we better get busy doing something and try to, try to be like Newton, man. Just go completely deep within and just ignore completely what's happening, and just really focus on your craft. Really try to become a genius in this type of period, because that's what the story goes. And nobody suspected that Newton back then, that he was a genius. Obviously he had a different mind, but nobody suspected that he will come up with all of this. And it took this forced isolation, it took this forced lockdown in order for him to really develop his mind, and pretty much invented all of this really back then. So I think that's a good story to keep in mind, and we can relate so much to that nowadays, because this is like this is like the first time that this has happened in our lifetime. So it's really weird. It's really strange to be on lockdown, like not just in a country but like worldwide. You see that everything is like affecting everybody. We're in this together, really. It's not just like a few countries or a few selected people. It's just everybody is involved in this. So anyway, it's just a quick video I wanted to do today. I want to do more videos, as you can see, and communicate more with you, and have some kind of conversation, and try to do different videos here and there, and try to inspire you to do something different while you're on lockdown like I am. Anyways, I hope this video finds you well. I hope you're doing well. Keep healthy, and thanks for subscribing. And as always, rock and roll, and here's to your success.